In the middle of the night, your dog stands on his hind legs and says, "No one will ever believe you." Then you see him grab a kitchen knife and run into your parents' room. That's not scary at all. That's stupid.
Ugly, mother, big. Your mother is a glorious. I can't say those things on this website, but if you head over to extratug.com, you can hear all of that in its exclusive glory.
Hey gang, do I seem tired, decrepit, wanting to die? That's because I'm introducing two cats. Have you ever had to introduce two cats? It's not easy, and it's taking a lot of toll on my soul. And when you introduce two cats, it's good if it's a male, female, or cats of different ages, and I have two female cats exactly the same age. So it's a lot. It's been a lot. Because both cats want to sleep with their owners, my girlfriend is in a different room, and I'm sleeping on the couch right now with my cat, and I can't sleep on a couch. I just can't physically figure that out, so running on about 3 hours right now, but we got a video to make. Anyway, for some reason, you guys like to see me scared. You like to see me spooked out of my boots. At first, it was creepypastas, and that was pretty much the only one. I feel like I've done other spooky things on this channel, but oh no, I watch ghost videos too. You guys enjoy it when I get a little bit scared, so I thought about, let's make it as little bit as possible, maybe. I talked about creepypastas recently, and there's a very specific subsect of creepypastas known as two-sentence horror stories. And if you can't put that together what that is, let me explain it for you. People on Reddit will post two sentences, although they'll push the boundaries a little bit, but they'll have two sentences to make the scariest story they possibly can. And sometimes they're very good and very spooky. And sometimes they just miss so badly that it's worth talking about. So my good pal Angela got a big old list of two-sentence horror stories that she has compiled for me, and I'm going to read them and rate them on Spook Meter, or Stupid Meter. I'm just gonna give them a 1 out of 10 in terms of how I'm feeling. And I'm not feeling good, so it's probably gonna be pretty low for a lot of them. But let's just see how it goes. Let's see what we can get out of two-sentence horror stories. Chris, star wipe. So let us begin with our first story by Miami Metro. One I heard a while ago, not taking credit for this. Okay, so he's immediately being plagiaristic. Growing up with cats and dogs, I got used to the sound of scratching at my door while I slept. Now that I live alone, it's much more unsettling. Like a 5 out of 10. You probably got rats. Rats sound like dogs. They got claws and they scratch through the, not to say I've lived in squalor before, but rats scratch. You probably just have rats. Not unsettling. 5 out of 10. Bad.
But first, let's do an ad! Hey yo, do you guys ever have skin that goes rogue? Like, despite everything you've done for it and all the private school you've put it through, it still decides to be a loser and makes your body all itchy and red sometimes. Eczema, rosacea, dark splotches, whatever it wants to do to ruin your good-hearted day. Problem is, it's hard to maintain healthy skin when products out there will either help or hinder you. And it's probably your fault. You're a bad skin parent. Luckily, we have partnered with Geology to bring you this sponsored video, so we can figure out how to raise our skin child better. This analogy is failing fast. Geology hooked it up when it comes to a skincare regimen that is absent of no-no chemicals that make my skin hurt real bad. Geology is a 41-time award-winning personalized skincare company recognized in Men's Health, Esquire, and Ask Men Grooming Awards. They've got over 10,000 5-star reviews, and they make sure that your needs are met personally. Just go through an absolutely super brief survey, and they will create a simple and effective skincare routine customized just for you, with ingredients that are proven to work. All of those things are gonna happen for you. I was sent this personalized skincare set that's full of award-winning products that make me look squeaky clean. It covers all of my needs. Tone Control Morning Cream, easy. Everyday face wash for sensitive skin, because if I use anything else, I break out into hives, so this is terrific. And they also offer body wash and shampoo variants that help with dandruff and acne, which are, I don't want to get too personal, but I do need those things. So if you're interested, use my link, geolog.ie/BigTug100, and use code BigTug100 to grab your personalized skincare trial for 100% off. I don't even know how that's physically possible, but they're putting that deal out right now. Plus, you get a free gift and 50% off any add-ons you want to throw in there. So you're losing money, not jumping in on this, just letting you know. I'm just being a good friend here. Geology. Better skin, better now. Help me, please. Still I can't write a tagline for the life of me.
All right, this one's from Resurrection Man from 12 years ago. Holy shit. Okay. My grandmother told me that it was a gift to see the angel of death in front of people's houses, to know that he'd be collecting someone there soon. You could see angels? Good world building, I'm interested. I thought it was a gift too, up until the day I began to see it in front of every house. Ooh, I like that. That's neat. That's like an apocalypse story. I like that a lot. Not spooky, just like, that sounds like a, who's that dude who writes creepy little anime mangas? Don't make fun of me for not knowing the word for that. Junji Ito is what I was going for. That sounds like a setup for a Junji Ito book, right? Am I right, fellow weebs?
I don't respect you. But yeah, I like that a lot. Let's move on. This one's from Radish Perfect. In the middle of the night, your dog stands on his hind legs and says, "No one will ever believe you." Then you see him grab a kitchen knife and run into your parents' room. That's not scary at all. That's stupid. That's like the old Bill Murray story where Bill Murray used to take fries off of people's plates at McDonald's and say, "No one will ever believe you," and then leave. Like, that's not... Why would the dog use a knife? Why wouldn't the dog just kill him with his teeth? How would a dog hold a knife? That's hilarious. That's one of the funniest ones I've read in a long time. That's a good point, though. No one will ever believe you that your dog would do that. Why a dog? Why not your little brother? That would be scary. A human. Any human. A baby would be scary. A dog just gives too many questions. 3 out of 10. 4 out of 10 because it made me laugh really hard. Scuppy writes, "My daughter won't stop crying and screaming in the middle of the night. I visit her grave and ask her to stop, but it doesn't help." All right, okay. I mean, that's like a classic setup for a horror story. That's like that bell story where they keep ringing the bell, but the lady's actually dead for a long time. Give that like a 4 out of 10. Not my bag. Also, though, so the girl's crying in your house as a ghost, but you buried her in a grave. What are the rules for ghosts? I don't remember. If something awful happens, you're a ghost, right? That's how they work? Or if you just hung around long enough, you become a ghost? I don't understand ghost rules, although I am terrified of them, so whatever. Oh, here's a great one by I Am the Ass Butt. This should be fun. My sister says that mommy killed her. Mommy says that I don't have a sister. That's a little bit of a thinker. That's a little bit of a brain teaser on that one. Jesus Christ, I'm so tired that this is confusing me. I guess the whole point is that there's a thing in his house that he thinks is his sister, and his mom says he doesn't have a sister, but the mom killed his sister, so it's like a ghost sister? Interesting. Where would the dynamic be of a brother who never met his sister? How old would you have to be to murder a child for that child not to remember the other child? 6 out of 10. This one's from Average Kong Enjoyer 69. Okay. Is this legal? I asked him. We will make it legal. The baby's... We will make it legal. The baby's... Seller replied. What does that even mean? I mean, I get what it means, but like, oh man, I'm just imagining this scenario where this guy shows up to the baby sale, like he just shows up on a corner, I guess, like a drug deal, and the guy's handing him the baby, and he's like, wait a tick, is this, I forgot to check any bounces before I showed up here. Is this baby legal to be given to me? 8 out of 10. That made me laugh pretty hard. I guess it would be even creepier if you called it like a human trafficker, but to call it a baby seller, just a basic lack of knowing how to write. Like, that's just amazing. JM Person writes, and this is one of those ones where they push the 2-sentence because they just add a bunch of commas. I find that to be cheating, but regardless. The last thing I saw was my alarm clock flashing 12:07 before she pushed her long, rotting nails through my chest, her other hand muffling my screams. That could be, I mean, that's good enough, but there's a whole nother sentence, as we know, so let's keep reading. I sat bolt upright, relieved it was only a dream, but as I saw my alarm clock read 12:06, I heard my closet door creak open. That's cool. I enjoy time travel. I'm gonna chalk that up to a time travel story. I with that heavy. That's a really good one. Once again, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 commas. Meant to put 4 up, so that's kind of cheating, but very good. I would give 9 out of 10. That's a really good little creepy horror story. Just the dread of that door opening. Holy, that's really good. I felt like I was gonna read all of these and not like any of them like the creepypastas. This was really good. This one's from a deleted user. Ooh, they probably got killed by their own story. The doctors told the amputee he might experience a phantom limb from time to time. Nobody prepared him for the moments, though, where he felt cold fingers brush across his phantom hand. That one just made me like a little horny. I don't know. Chris, I don't know if we want to keep that in. You got cold fingers brushing up. It's not a grabbing you. They're just like, hey there, sailor. You know? You got a baddie in the afterlife, dude. Be excited to die. You got a lady waiting for you, brushing up against you. You know? 4 out of 10. A hand brushing up against me. In my mind, I'm old enough where like my body just does weird sometimes. Like my hand will go numb or like, I don't know. I'll just have like a sharp pain in my side and just let it pass. If I'm just sitting here typing and I feel a cold hand brush up against me, I'm just gonna be like, I'm probably tripping. Moving on. You know what I mean? That's more of a medical thing than anything. 4 out of 10. 3 out of 10 now that I think about it. No, 4 out of 10 because it made me horny. Right. Calamitosity. What an annoying name. She asked why I was breathing so heavily. I wasn't. You got 3,000 upvotes? Is that like a fat joke? I'm very confused. I think that's like a obesity thing. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, right? Like, why are you breathing so heavy? I'm not. Like, that's how I breathe. And then it's like a health issue? Maybe? I don't get this one at all. 1 out of 10. I'm very confused. This one's from another deleted user. Spooktacular. Chris, put Spooktacular up on the screen when I do that. Spooktacular. You get home, tired after a long day's work and ready for a relaxing night alone. You reach for the light switch, but another hand is already there. All right.
Okay.
I need phasmophobia. I need fantastical elements. This might be your girlfriend. This might be your mom. This might be a wax hand, you know? And why is the other hand already on the light switch? Are they waiting for your hand to touch the light switch? Why wouldn't they just attack you? You know what I'm saying? I feel like it's a prank, if anything. 2 out of 10. Bad. Gay ass lover. Oh no, sorry, gay ass loser. 69, I was close. The Fall Out Boy concert was going great until boys started falling out of the sky. 0 likes, 0 comments. And that's what that one deserves. Fall Out Boy is a reference to, I think, the game Fallout. Am I wrong? I'm pretty sure that's what it's about, right? Why is Fall Out Boy called that? Fall Out Boy is named after the character in the Simpsons comic book. Oh, it's Radioactive Man's sidekick named Fall Out Boy. Okay, that's weird, but okay. Yeah, that was just stupid. That wasn't even like laugh out loud funny because he wasn't trying to be serious. That's when it's funny, when they try really hard and fail spectacularly. This guy was trying to be a little goofball, and no one appreciated it. 0 out of 10. Storyteller Bob writes, I kiss my wife and daughter goodnight before I go to sleep. When I wake up, I'm in a padded room, and the nurses tell me it was all just a dream. That's just sad. That's someone's real life, dude. Come on now. Sometimes you don't get a wife and daughter. Sometimes you ended up in a padded cell where the rubber rats eat your room. That's a bummer though. I don't know. Not scary. Kind of lame. Kind of on the nose. 4 out of 10. Suvin Pan says, the man had the power to fully grow back from his severed body parts. It was discovered after he donated a kidney. Oh, wow. I with that. That's cool as shit. He's gonna be growing out of someone's side and he pops out and the dude explodes. I feel like you should be aware of where your kidneys are though, pimp. If you cut off your arm, do you have 2 of you now? Do you make clones by doing this? This is a dumb superpower. There'd be too many of you. Just chopping off fingers every day. There's like 1,000 of you. And then they chop off their fingers, that's exponential growth. Soon there'll be 1 billion of you. I don't like this. 7 out of 10 though, it's an interesting concept. Vargas writes, she was choking on my I could hear her all the way from where I stood, 50 feet away. Okay, someone under this commented, and this was my first question as well. Is this her horror story because of your 50-foot penis, or your horror story because she bit off your penis? And that's a good, originally I thought it was a 50-foot penis. Like, that's what I thought. But I guess it's scarier if she chewed the penis off. But writing wise, you really gotta put a couple commas in there and explain what was going on. Because originally I thought you had a big old schlong. That's amazing though. That's a 10 out of 10 from Tug. That's a big one for me. Anarchist Waffles, right? Don't be scared of the monsters. Just look for them. Look to your left, look to your right, under your bed, behind your dresser, and in your closet. But never look up. She hates being seen. Why would you look for the monster? You know who the monster is. Just go to bed. If you can't look at the monster, why are you giving all these other instructions? I got 2,000 likes? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too stupid for this. But like, yeah, don't be scared. Just look for the monsters. She's over your head. All the time, she will be over your head. And we know where she is and she hates being seen. But look around. Maybe she'll move. But God forbid she's actually not on the ceiling and you look at her, she hates being seen. But look for her. Like, you're trying to kill your child, it seems like. 0 out of 10. Admirable Warning says, I was walking through the park with my daughter. She had a brain tumor. Sad twist. Oh no. What a twist. Never go on a walk in the park with your brain tumor daughter. She has brain tumor. What's that gonna do for her? She has brain tumor. I'm not even gonna rate that one. That is horrendous. Pigan91 says, she wondered why she was casting 2 shadows. After all, there was only a single light bulb. Okay, hold on. You look down, there's 2 shadows, there's 1 point of light. I understand the science behind that, that's a little weird. But then, like, you can look around. There's no other being with you in the room, you know what I mean? If you're casting 2 shadows, that's more of like a physics thing than anything. Is that a nuclear bomb thing, actually? Not that spooky. I wish it was a nuclear bomb thing, now that I got that idea in my head. 5 out of 10. Eddie Chris J says, pet shelter closed. Beef strangely cheaper. I'll give it to them. They did a really good job with how little they had. But that's not how beef works. I don't think cats or dogs would give beef flavor. Maybe I've eaten cat and not known. Oh, that's so sad. But I would expect it to be chicken. I feel like you can make chicken into cat. I feel like cats are white meat, right? You wouldn't cut open a cat and see a nice firm beef steak. Or a dog. Maybe a dog. I don't know. That's funny though. 6 out of 10 for effort. I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for effort. Tulip Lung says, your insurance isn't covering the birth. If you don't have another way to pay, we have to put it back. That's what the liberals want, by the way. That's what the liberals are fighting for right now. Putting babies back. Do you want that? Yeah, I don't know. That's like a meme. Like your insurance declines at the therapist and they tell you that your girlfriend's actually really cool and you should be really sad for losing her. Like, that's just a dumb meme. Whatever, 2 out of 10. Vargas again. I told my dog to stop humping my leg while I tried to sleep. Then I remembered that I don't have a dog. You got a hump gnome, my friend. They're very common in the upper northeast. You gotta watch out for the hump gnomes. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a rating. I'm just gonna keep pushing. Cake is a Meme says, you know that weird full body twitch you get sometimes when you're falling asleep? If there was a camera pointed at you and you saw what it captured at that moment, you'd never fall asleep again. I don't like that one because I get those real bad. And those happened recently and I thought I was having brain problems. So it was very, very assuring that other people had to deal with that. But then also now that I have to worry about falling asleep because there's like a ghost above me making me twitch. Or like my body's doing something weird. I don't like that at all. 10 out of 10. That one actually spooked me and I hate that. All right, last but not least, I didn't know where the muffled screams were coming from until I lifted the bun of my burger. That's when I saw the patty was actually meat men. It was actually meat men. A gathering of little meat men screaming out, "Don't eat us!" Angela, what is this list you've compiled for me? I'm too tired for this. Meat men, 10 out of 10.
All right, there you go. 2-sentence horror story. They're pretty much all dog shit. It is a really cool writing exercise to do though. Like for sale, baby shoes never worn, writing the status story in the least amount of words. Like it is really cool if you can get this done. It's just that it turns out that writing is hard. People think it's easy. Turns out writing is really, really hard. So a lot of people go into it with a false sense of confidence and they are laughed off the page. A lot of people need that though. A lot of people need to put themselves in front of other people to realize they're not hot shit. So 2-sentence horror story is doing a lot for the community. This is where I'm gonna challenge my viewers. I think it'd be really fun if you guys all made your literal best attempt. I don't want any meme ones. I want your best attempts at writing 2-sentence horror stories down below. And if they're gonna be bad, like people are gonna make fun of you, and that's fine. That's kind of what I'm looking for. But once again, don't make them bad on purpose. I want you to actually try and spook me, okay? This is not just comment bait. I really want to see what my community can do. Like, comment, and subscribe. New videos every Saturday and every other Wednesday. Check out Extra Tug, dude. I need to go to bed, but check out Extra Tug. $4 a month. You just get an extra video every week. That's like crazy. You get your name at the end of the video. And you get a video early every week. And you get to see Satan. We're doing that now. Satan made a funny video on Enron recently. It was very good. Yeah. I guess you can stop whenever. I think I'm just gonna go to bed. Thank you.